Hello everyone, this time I want to show you how you can use a Copilot agent with your own data. Let me introduce Finbot. Finbot is an analysis assistant designed to support working with Excel financial data. It's a great fit for reviewing information, identifying patterns, and preparing summaries. In this example, I prepared a set of fake financial Excel files and built an agent that can review and analyze the data, answer questions, interact with me conversationally, and finally help prepare a quick PowerPoint presentation. All of this in just a few minutes. As before, let's start by opening Microsoft 365 Copilot and creating a new agent. First, choose a name, a logo, and a short description. This helps clearly define the purpose of the agent. Next, we define the instructions. This is where you tell Finbot what role it has, what tasks it should focus on, and how it should present results. In this example, the instructions include the role of the assistant, general guidelines, what the assistant helps with, and the preferred output style. This step is important. It controls how the agent behaves and responds. Once the instructions are ready, we add the knowledge base. Here I'll use 2 Excel files stored locally, but you can also connect an entire folder or use a full SharePoint site that stores your financial data. Make sure to configure the agent to use only the selected knowledge base. Next, we configure capabilities. In this case, I enable the features needed to generate documents, create charts, and prepare presentations. You can adjust these depending on your use case. That's it. The agent is now ready for testing. Let's see how Finbot works with real Excel data. Alright, now we're getting to the fun part, testing it. The agent is ready, the Excel data is connected, so let's see what Copilot can actually do with real data. I'm working with 2 Excel files, one from 2024 and one from 2025. The first thing I ask Copilot is to compare these 2 years. Total cost, percentage change, and department level spending. And to explain what increased, what changed, and where the biggest differences are. Copilot immediately returns a clear, structured summary. We can see that total spend increased by just under 9% year over year, which is roughly a £700,000 increase. More importantly, it breaks this down by department and explains where that increase actually comes from. Security and AI support drive most of the growth in absolute terms, while finance and HR grow fastest in percentage terms. Cloud operations stays relatively stable compared to other areas, which suggests a more controlled cost base. At this point, we already have a solid storyline, without touching a pivot table or doing any manual analysis. Next, I ask Copilot to create charts. The input is simple. Show total spend by month, spend by department, and spend by category, and explain what each chart tells us. Copilot generates the visuals and, just as importantly, explains them in plain business language. The monthly spend chart highlights seasonality and clearly shows where the high-cost months are. The department chart makes it obvious which teams are driving the majority of the budget and how that changes year over year. And the category view shows what we are actually spending money on, which is key for identifying optimization opportunities. Then I ask Copilot to look beyond totals and surface patterns that are not obvious at first glance. This is where it gets really interesting. Copilot highlights sudden cost spikes, repeating high-cost behavior, and areas that may indicate inefficient spending. For example, it points out specific months where spend jumps significantly, links those spikes back to departments like security and cloud operations, and explains why those periods are worth closer attention. It also shows recurring patterns, such as concentrated training and travel costs in certain months, and explains how these patterns can create both cost pressure and operational disruption. This kind of insight is usually buried deep in spreadsheets. Here it's surfaced automatically. Finally, I asked Copilot to generate a leadership-ready PowerPoint presentation based on the same Excel data. The deck includes an agenda, a 2025 cost overview, a comparison with 2024, key spending drivers, charts with written interpretation, a 2026 forecast, and realistic cost reduction scenarios. The output at this stage is raw text and structure, not a finished design. But once I open it in PowerPoint and apply Designer, it becomes presentation ready in seconds. So from raw Excel data to analysis, insights, charts, and an executive presentation, all in just a few minutes. That's the real value here. Not replacing people, but removing manual work and accelerating decision making. And the key takeaway here is this. What the agent does is completely up to you. You decide what data it uses, what instructions you give it, and how detailed the output should be. With the right setup, Copilot can reduce hours of manual work to just a few minutes. Not by replacing people, but by removing repetitive tasks and accelerating insight. So don't treat this as a demo only. Try it with your own data, experiment with instructions, and see what works best for your use case. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.